What is up, guys? It's me, Zachary. Thank you for joining me back on that quest to 200K. Hashtag $1 million a year. You guys already know that you are the real MVPs, and if you haven't joined the quest already, you are taking too long. Just do it already. This thing is going to happen, and once it happens, can you imagine what it will be like? Do something that you've been talking about for so long. This is gonna feel great. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Follow me on Twitch. YRG_.
All this for Twitch. Shut up.
Go follow me on Twitch. He'll have the link in the description.
No, I won't. Get your ugly face out the camera. Move. Can't get no privacy. I'll just have to edit that out. Anyways, the NBA Players Union, or whatever it's called, I think it's called the United Players of America, something like that, and the NBA Referee Union. The tension between these two groups is at an all-time high so far this season. We're not even halfway through the year, and I feel like more people have been complaining about the refs this year than in any previous year. About a week ago, reports came out the two sides, the players and the refs, got together and had like a conference to discuss the rising tension between the two sides. In a recent 2-hour-plus conversation at the National Basketball Players Association, Seaman Roberts discussed several referee-player issues, including the NBARA's belief that the league office has become too lenient in allowing players aggressive verbiage towards refs. Basically, the refs were like, I don't like it when these players call me blind. Put some respect upon our names. Can I just take a moment to say to any referees out there, I can't imagine how hard your job must be. I mean, to be hated by everybody. No one likes you. If I had a family member that was an NBA ref, I'd have to disown them. I couldn't go around saying, yeah, my brother, my uncle, he's the NBA ref. Why would I do that to myself? Even LeBron James doesn't like you. As yesterday, he went off on the refs after the NBA came out in that 2-minute report saying that Kevin Durant fouled LeBron James 3 times in the final 2 minutes. But despite that, the refs still told him during the game that there was no foul.
For me, the worst thing is when I actually go and talk to the ref and they say, it was nothing. Like I go over, you didn't see that? No, I didn't think it was anything. There's no call, it's no foul. Like that's the worst for me. If he says, you know what, I may have missed that one, or you know, maybe I wasn't in the right position. But when you see the ref right there on the baseline looking at the whole play, and you go up to him and he says there's no call multiple times in the crunch time, that's the frustrating part. And for me, it's even more frustrating because I know how I'm officiated at times.
That's crazy. I know it seems kind of strange siding with LeBron James when it comes to him not getting foul calls, since earlier in his career, he got just about every single foul call imaginable, but that hasn't been the case as much in recent years, especially this year. That's why he said in that interview that he knows he is officiated differently than other players. So LeBron wasn't really complaining about that. Instead, he was upset about the fact that when he gets whacked across the arms right in front of a ref, that they still don't call it, and not even don't call it, they don't acknowledge it as a foul. It's like, wow, all right, you really trying to tell me you didn't see that? Look at my arms. Look at these 2 huge bruises across my arms. If that wasn't a foul, then where did these come from? You guys ever see when a player starts bleeding on the court, and when they're walking back to the bench to get the blood cleaned up, maybe get some stitches or something, they look at the refs and point out their injury to the refs? That's probably because the refs told that player the same thing. The player gets hit, they say, ref, where's the foul? The ref says there was no foul. Next thing you know, the player's bleeding, and he's like, what you call this then? How this happened if there was no foul? They don't say, sorry, I didn't see it, but they blatantly say there was no foul, keep playing. That's kind of messed up. I think LeBron just came out and said this, voiced his frustration, not to try and change or complain about what happened against the Warriors, because there's no point in complaining about what happened back then because there's nothing you can do about it, but instead he is trying to change the future. So in the future, refs don't say there was no foul when clearly there was a foul. That being said, it wasn't the refs' fault that the Cavs lost to the Kings yesterday, man. The Cavs let Vince Carter go off on them. How old is this guy? 40, 41? The Cavs couldn't shut down a 40-year-old man out there. That's crazy. But hey, all respect goes to VC. To still be out there playing in this league at his age and being able to have a game like this, it's nothing short of impressive. 24 points on 10 of 12 shooting. He had 4 of his 5 triple attempts for the Kings to get the 109-95 win over Cleveland, despite LeBron's triple-double of 16 points, 14 assists, 10 rebounds, as well as 5 steals. The OKC Thunder deserve this. They deserve this round of applause. I was pretty hard on them to start the season because they were disappointing the crap out of me and every single other NBA fan. But now that they're playing well, they deserve some recognition. I was shying away from saying it before. I was saying it, but I was kind of nervous about saying it. But yes, I think the Thunder have finally figure things out. Now that I said that, they're probably gonna go on a losing streak and I'm gonna have to eat those words. But for now, every game it seems like they are getting better. Carmelo Anthony, brace yourselves because I know what I'm about to say might come as a shock to a lot of you, but Carmelo Anthony might have come close to breaking his career high in a certain category yesterday. The man had 4 assists. 4 assists from Carmelo Anthony. Yes, you heard that right. Look, these guys are actually starting to buy into their roles. Russell Westbrook is becoming the great leader that the Thunder needed him to be. That, and he's not jacking up threes anymore. He's still not taking many threes. Carmelo Anthony is buying into his whole catch and shoot type role, and Paul George is being the perfect Batman, the perfect sidekick. He's like the Scottie Pippen of this team, and I think that's the best role for Paul George on any type of championship contender. And that's what the Thunder are supposed to be. They're supposed to be championship contenders, and if they keep getting better, then they for sure will be legit championship contenders this year. I still think their bench could use a little work. They don't have that great 6-man like all the other contending teams have. I mean, their bench is still pretty weak overall, but if they keep playing like this, even if they don't win at all this year or even make the finals, if they put up a good fight in the playoffs and the Lakers can't steal Paul George away and they can get some guys to come play for them off the bench over the summer, then that's all they need right there. But Westbrook though still has been playing really efficient too. I just want to say this, I can't believe it, but he has been actually extremely efficient. He had more turnovers last night than he had in any other game during this winning streak. He had 7, but those are the type of things that can be overlooked when you are winning. 30 points, 11 of 22 from the field, 13 assists and 8 rebounds. Paul George played great with 33 points on 11 of 17 shooting. He hit 7 of his 10 triples, and Melo gave them his 18 points too. 6 straight wins for the Thunder, getting better and better every single game. How did he do that? That's all you can ask yourself when you hear about what Rajon Rondo did last night. When you say a guy had 25 assists, it's like, wait, what? It takes your brain some time to process that. How did he do that? A 25 assist game. That to me sounds like the equivalent of a player scoring like 70 points. I'm more impressed by a 25 assist game than a 50-point game. That being said, if someone said Rondo had a 50-point game, I think I would just start laughing because there's no way any team should ever allow that to happen. If any team ever lets Rondo score more than 30 points, it should be a wrap for that franchise. Matter of fact, has Rondo ever scored more than 30 points? What's his career high? Wait, hold on. I'm actually searching this right now. It says here, Rajon Rondo career high. His career high is 35. What team let him do that to them? February 15th, 2012 against the Detroit Pistons. Makes sense. I'll probably just edit this out too. Anyways, 25 assists for Rondo yesterday. That's a different level of unstoppable. At that point, he was able to do anything he wanted to do on the court, and I know his teammates had to love the way he was playing last night. He was making it hard for them to miss with the way he was setting them up, and of course, whenever a guy gets that many assists, the team he is on is going to get the win, and they did. 128 to 113 over the Nets. You know what? This is a great sign for Kuzma. He doesn't lose his confidence. A bunch of rookies would have just stopped shooting completely last night, but he said, forget that, shooters shoot. He really got that Kobe mentality, and I'm sure he's gonna be on fire against whatever team the Lakers play next, because when players have a shooting night like the one he had, it's bound to happen. 4 of 24 from the field for Kyle Kuzma last night, 9 points. And anytime a player on your team shoots 6% from the field and takes that many shots, you lost. It's as simple as that. And the Lakers lost to the Grizzlies 109 to 99. Tyreke Evans is one of the few players who fell completely off the map and is able to come back and save his career. He had 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. The Warriors games haven't been as pretty without Stephen Curry. They don't shoot the ball nearly as well as they do when he is on the court, but their defense is pretty much just as good as they continue to win. 126 to 101 over the Jazz. KD with 21 points, but it was a bench of Golden State that saved them last night as they had 63 points off the bench. Jimmy Butler is now carrying the Wolves just like he was doing to the Bulls last year and the year before that. The Wolves are still the better team overall than the Bulls. They have more talent around him than he had on the Bulls, but Butler is doing most of the work, even though this wasn't his plan when he was traded there. He carried this team to the 128-125 overtime win over the Nuggets, 39 points and 5 assists. I don't think Butler gets enough credit either. He is one of the best winners in the NBA, a guy that can put any team he is on the map. He gets put on a team and that team just starts winning. Butler's old team though hasn't been doing that badly without him as of late. The Bulls keep winning. They had that little skid when they lost to Cleveland and Boston, but it looks like that didn't shake their confidence that much as they won again yesterday, 92-87 over the Knicks. Really don't know if I would be happy or upset about this if I was a Bulls fan, because they are about to play themselves right out of a top 3 pick and maybe even out of a top 5 pick in the draft. Time ticks down even more until a Kemba Walker trade. It's time to blow this team up, Charlotte. It ain't too late to tank for one of the top picks in the draft this year. I mean, you're already pretty close to the bottom when you're trying to win, and that's actually really sad. The Hornets are trying to win and they have a worse record than the Bulls, who are supposed to be one of the worst teams in the NBA. Well, they have the same record as the Bulls, but they are lower in the standings. Hit the reset button, Charlotte. They lost to Boston, 102-91. Kyrie with 21 points and 8 assists. No Victor Oladipo, no chance. It was that simple for Indy last night. Oladipo sat out this one with a sore right knee, and Indy falls 98-94 to Dallas. Nowitzki with 15 points, and I hope Depot gets better soon. You guys think the Hawks will trade Dennis Schroeder? I know they like him a lot, but you think they will trade him? I think so, and I wouldn't be surprised to hear his name start popping up in trade rumors, because he is a really good player, and I just hate to see the talent of good players go to waste on rebuilding teams. He let the Hawks pass the Wizards yesterday with 21 points and 7 assists, 113-99 the final score, and John Wall is still struggling. That wraps up all the action from last night though. You guys can go vote for the player of the day by clicking this little card thing right here. Just remember though, the only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. And yesterday, you guys selected Devin Booker and his 32 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds as your player of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to smack that like button as well as subscribe to the channel to join the quest to 200K and hashtag of Millie in a year. And I guess to stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. But until tomorrow, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace.